This is why there is no better time to be an entrepreneur than now. So the evolution of IT. I'll put that there for now. Why is being a startup in the IT industry more relevant now than ever? And why is it that there's the overall, this region, why can Philippines become successful? What have changed? So when you're looking at the evolution of IT, you're coming from the heavy mainframe era, the mini computers, all of this, all of these investments, all of these costs that a lot of companies in Europe and US, where they had to invest in order to become big. But we're now in the post-PC era. Most people that are accessing internet today are doing that from a mobile phone or a tablet. It's not a PC, it's not a Windows machine. And we've moved into what's called SMAC, or here it's cloud, mobile, social, and big data. And this has really changed the landscape. In one way, internet has a democratizing power. But the next step, and the area where we're going to reach, and the area that companies like you, that you can reach through some of the investment that Google are doing and other large global internet companies are investing, it's the next 5 billion online citizens. It's the remaining 75%, if I know from 25% of Filipinos have internet access on their smartphone, or Wi-Fi internet access. But so that means that in Philippines there's another 75%. Globally that number is 5 billion. So if you guys are building companies today and you're trying to reach out and you're building something, don't build it for the existing 2 billion people. Think about where internet is going. Think about the evolution of IT and where you want to be in the near future, in a 5-7 year horizon. So the last slide was showing productivity on an increasing scale. This one is about building businesses. What has changed? Why is now better than ever to be an entrepreneur? In 1957, the companies that joined the S&P 500 top companies, so basically the ones that grew up that year to become so big that they were included in the S&P, they were in average 75 years old. It means that we were founded in 1882, right? Fast forward till 2003, the companies that then had grown to a size to become one of the 500 largest companies, they were 25 years old. We're now down this year to 10 years. It takes 10 years, and that kind of resonates with one of the questions to the panel, how long time before you became profitable? Well, in this case, it took 10 years until you became one of the leading companies in the world. This is why there is no better time to be an entrepreneur than now. So here's the number. 24% in Philippines owns a smartphone today. The number in small, the 40, is from US. We've got 45% of those that have access to cloud services, access to internet. And Philippines is the 8th largest Facebook nation in the world. So there's obviously a fantastic potential, a growth within this country. But I think that, and I work in the region. I've been here for quite a long time, and I've been living in Singapore and in China, in Hong Kong, and now I live in Thailand. What always strikes me is that that slogan for Department of Tourism, that it's more fun in Philippines, it is really true. Coming to Philippines, you feel alive. There's energy. And I think that when I look at really the comparative advantage of Philippines, what is it that really works? It's this: people are social. People like to talk. People like to sing, to socialize. I'm not surprised that I think 98% of everybody who's got access to internet have a Facebook account. It's not a surprise that Philippines is leading in the SMS. It's not a surprise to me that contact center business and call center business is leading in Philippines, because it is something that is very, very natural. So when I'm looking at, or it comes naturally to Filipinos, I always feel like a very stiff, very square kind of Scandinavian, and I need to drink a vodka or a beer or something like that to have this natural socialness. Where am I getting with this? The point is, to me, that I don't, and I think that somebody mentioned it in the panel before me, very intelligent panel, I must say. I don't see Philippines building the next Google. I don't see Philippines building the next Facebook, or Amazon. But I think that Filipino companies really have a potential to leverage the technology or the cloud computing, the Android, the iOS, the Microsoft, Windows platforms, building on top of those, taking a lead in where Filipinos are really good. So the social gaming, building on that industry, I think that that's where I can see that Philippine companies will be able to build for the world. Build here, get a good growing ground, and then take it global. So what do you want to do? You want to be able to have something where you can build an application, where you can go from one day and have an instant scale. So today you're testing something with your dorm friends, and tomorrow you can start working with an incubator, working with business people to see, how can I scale this? What is the number one question or number one problem when you're building an application, when you want to launch something, you want to take it global? It is ability to be able to scale from 0 to 100 million users. You need to know, as was spoken quite frequently before, fail often, fail quick, and you know as entrepreneurs that your first, your second, your third venture will most likely fail. Statistically, it will. But when you need to be able to have something that allows you to actually have a life, you're not putting all your life savings into your first and second venture, but you can keep on going. In Google, creativity comes from an ability to be able to launch and reiterate. Fail fast, but be able to stand up and do it again. Tweak it, take in information, see what you learned. One thing that we see, and the things that really changed the landscape of cloud computing or in the SMAC era, is the consumerization of IT. So 53%, according to this survey, of employees are bringing their own technology to work. So this means that you're using Facebook account to connect to partners and customers, you're using your personal Dropbox account, or your group is using a Google Calendar for activities to work, right? This brings risks to the enterprise, and I think that Martin, he was saying that the big enterprises are really waiting for startups and for new companies to bring this consumer technology to the enterprise. Next slide, please. So what opportunities is opening for Filipino companies today, or startups? Next slide. When you're approaching a customer, so you're looking at the problem, you're looking at trying to find solutions We're trying to find problems that you can solve. The traditional IT companies, they have this, they're stuck in an old world of technology. Build your solution so that you can really truly leverage the SMAC technology or the latest trend. So any device, the service you offer shouldn't be tied to a device. Have it fully cloud. If I'm like this case, I couldn't use my computer to present, but I could share it. So the data is not tied to a device. It's in the cloud. I can use whatever platform to access it. Available at all times. So again, this is the advantage of leveraging an established cloud or a big cloud. You don't have downtime. You don't have to worry about servers going down. You don't need to build that infrastructure. You have somebody managing it for you. You're using easy consumer technology, easy to adopt, minimum training, the kind of training that the fresh grads today, or the kind of user experience that fresh grads today are expecting from cloud solutions. If it's harder to understand than setting up a Facebook account, chances are that you're not going to get a whole lot of adoption from the enterprise model that you're creating. And it's also, and this is very much from a Google perspective, but we do technical upgrades, technical transformation. Use Gmail, use this. But the step beyond that is taking it to a business transformation. So if you're innovating on cloud, on big data, social, look at what are the business benefits for your customer. So that was all. That was my presentation for today. How to leverage social, mobile, big data, and the cloud. Thank you very much.